Alright. Hello people, welcome to the 4th part of Road to Win.
Every single day, one step closer. Every single gram of food ain't gonna be its building block. This is Road to Win.
After a long time I'm here again, so let's see what has changed. Many changes have taken place, mainly in training and diet. I went through the health issues and learned a bit more about my body in terms of recovery. Let's see how the measurements turned out. Measurements. The weight has moved from 76.6 to 82.2 since the last video, and I'm happy with that. Measuring with a caliper, peg remained at 5 mm, the abdomen went from 6 to 8 mm, the side abdomen remained at 5 mm, the leg from 3 to 6 mm, and I stopped measuring with that. According to my calculation, I have 5.9 kilograms of body fat. Meter measurements, hands from 39 and 37 centimeters to 39 centimeters, waist from 77 to 79, legs from 72 to 73.5 and 74.5, and the wings from 111 to 113. When we talk about fat, it has increased since the last video, but that doesn't bother me because with a certain percentage of fat, I can perform better in training, so I'm basically happy for that. With meter measuring, I'm happy about my lips improved because they were relatively weaker and I didn't know how to make progress with for a long time, and thanks to the new training plan, I finally managed to do it. The definition being shared at view has changed compared to the last video, but that doesn't bother me at all. Let's look at the meal. My calories are now set to 4000. It's a huge improvement for the last video. I moved protein to 185 grams, carbs to 600 grams, fat from 80 to 90 grams, and fiber from 38 grams to 30 grams. I have removed excess vegetables and other certain fruits from my diet just because of fiber, and I decided to change into 30 grams because I think it is more ideal amount for me. I don't plan to increase the protein or fats in the future, but we'll see how things progress. My diet looks something like this. For breakfast, I usually have mixed rice and corn porridge with blueberries and oil for a large amount of calories. Then I eat lower carbs food like dinner or fresh fruit, and then a pre-workout meal. I have made a change in a pre-workout meal such that I also added proteins to it and reduced the amounts of carbs because I was often troubled by heaviness in my stomach during training, and I'm tired to slow it with various methods. But when I reduced the protein and added proteins, it helped me to gain muscle mass and also to perform a good training. Often there is rice pastas, rice porridge, and I added chicken, eggs whites or protein. Right after training I eat banana and protein, and later I eat a bigger meal with protein and carbs. As with the post-workout meal, there is meat, protein, rice product, and I added pineapple to it for bigger digestion of bigger food amino. I don't have fats or fiber on a pre-workout or post-workout food, mainly because of fat absorption. Later I added fats or carbs with nuts or rice crisps, and I always have cottage cheese for dinner. I have 13 grams of salt turn growth today. Compared to the last video, I increased it be 6 grams per day. I have a refeed day once every 6 days, and I high day once pre-day, and put in all in carbs and at some one cheat meal. And during the high day I increase the calories by 200 to 400, and most of that is also carbohydrate, and I also add some one cheat meal. That will be all for my diet. Now let's look at the supplementation. Supplementation. My supplementation during the diet looks like this. In the morning I take multivitamin, vitamin C, joint nutrient. Before training I have citrulline, beta-alanine and creatine. During training I drink pure water, and 30 minutes before the end I started drinking a young drink include energy. After training I have protein, creatine. I also added a gainer, and then I take EAA. I use omega-3, D3 and MCT oil with food that contains a large amount of fat, so I use them mainly for breakfast. After that I only take salted magnesium and salted zinc in the evening and go to sleep. Thanks to good supplementation I can make the most of training, so let's take a look at it. In training I make a big change in terms of regeneration, but also focus. Last time I told you about training with a focus where I work it for 3 days and rest for 1 day. Later I changed it to 2 trainings and 1 rest day, and now my plan looks like this. For now this method serves me the most in terms of muscle mass growth and regeneration, even though it is sometimes more difficult to regenerate. I have found that when I give my muscle rest, they have a much better stimulus to grow, and even if it is difficult for me not to grow to exercise, the results are better. Anyway, today I'm going to show you one of my workouts, and this is going to be quads and clef workout. Of course, like every training, I start this one with warm-up, last 20 minutes. And I start the first exercise with this clef results on the leg press. I've never had big cliffs, so I try to stimulate then at the beginning of training, and I think it works. I only go for 3 sets, and then I switch the Bulgarian squats where I only have 1 set mainly for the circulating of the quads, which I try to target during the next exercise, which is multi-press squats. I have 3 sets of this exercise. Every workout I lift weight and the quads on the multi-press or feel the quads more and lower back less. Then I will switch the legs extension where I can stimulate the quads definitely to widen the quads, and here I have 4 sets. I'll move on the last exercise for quads, which is the leg press for 3 sets, and the last exercise of the whole workout is clef raise on the multi-press. I managed this training in 1 hour and 10 minutes if I only count working sets. After training I only have the short stretching, focused on the practicate part. In order for the quads to grow, also the knee regenerate properly. Let's look at the regeneration. Regeneration. I still include the sound in the regeneration, but now only once in 2 days for 30 minutes, and the hot tub also once in 2 days for 20 minutes. Every morning after breakfast I alternate between stretching, roller and the cold cup. But I started to think about limiting the cold bathing and added the less often. I enjoy it a lot and it helps me in several aspects, but at the same time I feel that it slightly prevents me from gaining muscles. I sleep 8 hours and always block blue light before going to sleep for quality sleep. I see regeneration as a really serious matter, and I definitely want to give it as much as I can. Let's look at the question from you. First question: what percentage of fat do you want to have on the day of the competition? This is a good question. Since I had never tried to compete before, I cannot tell percentage of body fat I would have for the competition, but I think can come with a decent form, but I don't plan cut as much as I can. I think I will look better with a higher fat percentage, and also about the fact that it's not healthy at all for me young age. So I will have around 7 maybe 5% fat at the competition, but that's just a prediction. Another question: how many kilograms do you want to have at the end of the bulk? Not long ago I thought that I would be happy if I made to find at least 80-81 kilograms, but now I'm 82 and I'm not the end yet. But the end I don't will gain maximum 85, but it's already going to fat and I don't want that. Next question is: what supplements do you use and what amount? I have already told you what supplements I use, but I don't say the amounts public, but it's usually below average to average. I don't over the amount of quality supplementation because I have everything I need mainly for a higher quality. I see supplementation only as an addiction to everything I do this sport. If I underestimate the regeneration training or diet, then supplement won't have mainly impact. That's all for today's Q&A. If you have any question, be sure to write below the video. Thank you so much for watching and see you again in the next video. Bye.